Welcome back guys to another Kengan and Mega video. Today we have another what if battle, and today is featuring Sekibayashi vs Paing at the current chapter 56 Kengan Mega if they were going to have a death battle. If you enjoy these what if battles or any of my other Kengan content, make sure to subscribe, join the Discord to talk more about these what if battles, link is in the description, and let me know in the pinned comment what battle you want me to cover next. Now I hope you enjoy. I'll start off by going over each individual stats and then I'll go at how the battle would play out. So I'll start with Sekibayashi, also known as Hell's Angel. Pretty cool name. His age in Omega is 40, his Kengan wins is 58 and Kengan losses is 2. One loss prior to the Kengan Annihilation Tournament, which was against protagonist Oma, and one loss during the Annihilation Tournament, he was defeated by Mutaba in the second round. So in Omega, we haven't seen much of him in Omega. We've seen him training Koga and other characters, but we haven't seen him actually fight full out, so we don't have a direct idea of how strong he became over the 2-year time skip, but his power and abilities. He's an experienced professional wrestler who uses a multitude of chokes, hold and slams to win his fights. His physical power and ability to take punishment or endurance and offensive power is his most unique and most powerful weapon. Him and Paing are probably the most tankiest fighters in all of the Kengan-verse. Sekibayashi is known as a defense specialist who has mastered the art of destroying while defending, with a unique form of defending that turns his opponent's attacks against them by redirecting and disrupting their striking form and then turning against them slowly as the fight goes on. The stronger his opponent is, or the stronger the attack is, the more dense the blows become and more pretty much weaken his opponents become faster. He's committed to never blocking or dodging attack. He only just tanks it, so that could be a big issue where he just doesn't care about dodging, he'll just tank it all. But with that, it showed that he's incredible endurance to be able to tank just absolutely anything. He's also an onstage performer, so he likes to have fun during battles. That's good to note. His name techniques that we've heard him use, quite a few actually. We have backbreaker, arm whip, backhand chop, German suplex, a Mongolian chop, and powerbomb. They're all his name techniques that he uses. And as a whole, defense specialist, absolute tank, pro wrestler tactics, funnest character to see interact during battle. And yep, that's Sekibayashi. Now on to Paing, also known as the Howling Fighting Spirit. His age in Kengan Omega currently is 32. His Kengan wins is 18 and Kengan losses is 1 in the second round against Ray, where he pretty much got destroyed relatively easily by Ray. His techniques, so he uses a thing that's based around kickboxing called Leaf Y, I believe, or Leaf Tie, something along that. I don't know how to pronounce shit. It's a form of kickboxing pretty much, similar to more Thai kickboxing styles, with a major difference being that they don't use padding on the feet, so his legs are extremely strong due to the pretty much repeated process of breaking bones and then healing them and breaking, so he'll get stronger and stronger. Paing's skeleton is as sturdy as metal, allowing him to withstand the most powerful blows. Paing's strongest body part is his skull, which is like a steel helmet that can protect him from blows that would give a normal human a serious concussion. It's stated by Gao Lang that he has the strongest skull of humanity, so in Kengan-verse, strongest skull. But does that mean his whole body is as strong as his skull? Wait to see. Paing is the only fighter who Gao Lang wasn't able to defeat, as he was defeated by Fang. But prior to the tournament, Gao Lang was only able to win against Paing based on points, not being able to pretty much defeat his opponent with a knockout or something like that, based on how resilient Paing was. Hanafusa, the doctor guy, also knew that because of his sheer strength of his skeleton, his muscles are able to clench harder than ever, and this enables him to hit much harder than the average person. He won't come out of assault unscathed, but the damage will be halved at least due to his intense frame. His only name technique that we've seen him use is Hammer of Burma. Paing's most powerful attack is a headbutt, which is strong enough to leave a hole in the ground against his skull, or uses it with his skull, which is harder than steel. So the question is, if these two are going to go to each other, the two tanks of the Kengan verse, who would win? Let's go. So for experience, I believe, Sekibayashi has a lot more experience in battles, and Sekibayashi has probably more skill when it comes to his technique and performance with his wrestling moves than Paing. It says he's mentioned that he's kickboxing, but he's a bit crazy overhyped and he just kind of just uses his head like a madman. So skill wise and tactics wise, I believe Sekibayashi would have an advantage, but the thing is, Sekibayashi is not going to dodge any of his blows. So if Paing goes in with like his headbutt attack and like hits directly on like Sekibayashi's head, he may lose right there. But the question is, who will be able to tank more and sustain longer? As a whole in in pretty much physical stamina, Sekibayashi has more physical stamina, but I believe Pang's body frame is stronger, so he'll be able to take more damage, but Sekibayashi will be able to take damage longer, if that makes sense. So how the fight will play out. So at first, I don't think they'll be really doing much to each other. They're just doing like back and forth with neither of them really taking any real damage, and then they'll like come to realize that they're both tanks and the only way to win this is to pull something incredible, immense damage. But while saying that, you can say that they won't even stop. They'll just keep going into a battle of endurance and see who can win, with Paing like smashing his head and then Sekibayashi doing his wrestling moves back and forward. So it'll probably turn into a battle of endurance, and as I mentioned before, I believe Sekibayashi has more endurance over Paing. But will that actually play out? I'll have to look at their previous sides. So Sekibayashi lost against Mutaba in the Annihilation tournament. This was mainly due to the hard jab, but even after the hard jab, which is a lethal blow to like body parts, Sekibayashi was still able to stand and only face defeat in the battle when Mutaba, out of respect, used a wrestling submission on him to show that the fight's over and Sekibayashi cannot fight any longer. So that's a good point to mention, that he was able to tank a hard jab and still continue standing, while Paing was defeated by Ray. Ray, pretty much incredible speed, and was able to withstand some of his attacks with his strong thing, but eventually he just got withered down, and then this Ray's superior technique and everything was able to outmatch him. And that's also good to mention, superior technique was able to defeat Paing. I think Sekibayashi also has superior technique. So when it comes to that, I think if it's going to be a battle of endurance and they're just going to pull out anything new, I'll say they're a little bit more endurance and a little bit stronger since the Annihilation tournament with the 2-year time skip. We've seen Sekibayashi training every day. We haven't seen Paing, but I would say he's been training probably. They're both not fighting in the Purgatory tournament, so we can't expect anything soon to like guarantee which one is stronger. But what I would say, I think Sekibayashi would win the death battle if they're going to go in the death battle to see who win, just purely based on his probably more stamina and more endurance. Paing may have a stronger frame and his head may be as hard as steel, but they're not going to be able to really do any extreme major damage to each other. And as time goes by, I think Sekibayashi's insane endurance, absolutely tanked everything, will eventually allow him to win the fight. And just how much he can tank is insane. Hard jabs tanked, just everything be able to tank. I don't think Paing has anything in his arsenal as strong as a hard jab, so I don't think Paing will be able to win unless he just goes for like an insane headbutt, knocking out Sekibayashi, but I doubt that he will let that happen. So there you go, Sekibayashi is my winner for this what if battle. Let me know how you think it would fall out, or in the comments how you think the battle will go. Do you agree with me that Sekibayashi would win, or maybe if Paing? How much do you think they've improved over the 2-year time skip? Personally, I believe Sekibayashi has not a lot more strength, he hasn't developed his techniques more, just more endurance, as he's shown training people like Koga and other pro wrestlers, just training them in his gym and all that. And then with Paing, we haven't seen really much of Paing in Omega. It's mentioned, let's have a look. What does it mention that he's done? I don't think he's mentioned anything. I mentioned that he won't be entering the Purgatory tournament. That's about all, I think. So we don't know what's going on with Paing, how much he's improved or changed during the 2-year time skip. I would assume that he's probably more endurance, a bit more stronger, a bit more tactical, but still I think he'll be pretty similar to what he was in the Annihilation tournament, and with that I think Sekibayashi would be the winner. So that's it for today's what if battle. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, how I can improve the video, audio adjustments, music adjustments, anything I can improve on, let me know that. If you haven't already, make sure to join the Discord. There's Kengan discussions, anime, other manga, memes, all this greatness, so link for that is in the description. And of course, let me know what battle you want me to check out next, and check out the other one. I believe this is the 5th what if battle, so make sure to check out the other battles. Then like a playlist called Kengan chapter reviews or something. I just put all my Kengan and Mega Ashura stuff in that playlist, so make sure to check that out. If you haven't already, check out the other what if battles and let me know what battle you want me to cover next. And yep, that's it guys, peace.